Hi everybody, it's me again. I told you all that I was gonna come back from my trip from Long Beach, California, and that I was gonna tell you a little bit about how it went for JetBlue. So I got back yesterday at 1 a.m. so basically 2 days ago, and my flight was delayed. It was one of those days. You know, I gotta tell you guys, I was not motivated to go. Now, I don't know if I'm burned out with all of these interviews or what, but I have just been feeling down a little bit lately. So I know we have our ups and downs, and that was one of my, probably my least looking forward moment to go to an interview, which is kind of sad because all of them, I was really excited and enthusiastic, and for some reason this one, even the day that I had to leave and fly, I just was not feeling it. So with that said, you know, I had my husband drop me off, my kids saying goodbye. It was just gonna be an overnight to Long Beach. I mean, I could have driven, but I found such a cheap ticket online with Southwest, so I ended up taking that one. Anyhow, so I flew there the night before, got there maybe at about 5. I contacted everybody on my chat, Facebook chat, that I had put together. We were probably 20, you know, give and take 20 or 25. About 15 of them showed up, which was so cool. I ended up finding, when I arrived, you know, took an Uber, got to the hotel. Actually, GPS, or the closest place around, you know, where I was staying. And I found this amazing sushi place, which was unbelievable. And so if you guys ever go to Long Beach, you need to go to, I'll put the link below. I don't remember the name, but I know that it was really, really, really close to where we needed to interview. So I think it was like literally 4-minute ride, Lyft or Uber. So anyways, I was really excited to go, and then everybody started showing up, which was so awesome. We were chatting away. So I got there at 5 p.m. We left at 9. Like, we were like, oh my God. We all had one goal in common. Everybody wants to be a flight attendant. People have been interviewing with many airlines, so we were exchanging notes and airlines and how they did it and why they did it. And we had a lady who brought her daughter. It was her birthday. This other woman brought her daughter as well because they were local. And so it was just so much fun to just meet everyone, and you know, it's nice to have new friends. And so we really got it. I really got excited. They thanked me for putting this group chat together, and we just became really, really tight, like literally. And so anyways, I went to that hotel that night, and even when I just wasn't feeling it. I remember, like, I just didn't feel ready. Even though I've written all the questions, I have to tell you that when we did get together with everybody from the chat, some people had just finished the Blue review. So they had met up with us, and some of us were really nervous because we still had to do it, and the people that had done it kept on telling us, you know, we can't tell you details, but you guys are gonna do great. Just shine, have personality, smile. You guys are gonna be amazing. So, and they kept on saying, whatever you studied on Glassdoor will not be in this interview tomorrow. I remember thinking to myself, holy mosey, what are we gonna do? Like, so already that I was just not feeling good that day. I remember going to that hotel thinking, I have studied all of that for nothing. So it made me feel a little insecure. And then I got some bad news about an airline that I was really looking forward to working for. I went on their website and I saw that I was not selected. So it was really sad. So anyways, like, everything was happening. Everything was like against me for some reason. I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know why. I even told my husband I don't feel like going. And he's like, don't go if you don't want to go. And I was like, no, I can't do that. I really want to know more about JetBlue, learn about their values, and I want to know how the atmosphere and, you know, how the employees kind of like interact with each other. I really want to know more about the company. So anyways, I went. I'm glad that I did because I met some amazing people, which, by the way, we're still friends and we're still like chatting right now. Went in the interview that morning. Like you saw, I had set up everything on my last video telling you what I bring on my interview. So I had everything ready, I put it on. Sorry guys. I went for breakfast downstairs in my hotel, then got to the Blue Review Hotel. The guy almost got into an accident. It was 5 minutes away and he's driving like a maniac and I'm like, oh my God. So he's like, I'm so sorry. I know it's early morning. Anyways, I got there at 7:30 and I was supposed to start at 8:30 and they were setting up when I got to the hotel. So I just got together with whoever was waiting at the hotel. So we were just kind of chatting. We're asking each other where we were from. And then some people that I'd met the night before kind of showed up. So it was nice because we already knew each other. So that was cool. And then when they were ready, we proceeded to the room and they started talking about the company for a good hour and a half. So if we had questions, we could have lifted our hands afterwards, not during the presentation. And it started pouring rain. And I'm talking pouring rain, thunder. It was dark because they had a lot of solarium in that hotel. It got really dark. It just was, I was tired. I was starving. I don't think they gave us any time to do anything. We were on our feet a lot. We never got a chance to sit down other than for the entire session when they were talking about the airline. They were very adamant about me not saying anything, whether it's social media. So because they said that over and over again, I'm gonna make sure I watch what I say because they did not give me a CJO or TBNT right there and then. We are still waiting. They did tell us that we would know the day after, which should have been yesterday, but chatting with everybody, nobody got anything. The odd thing about that airline is that we did fingerprinting prior to anything. What I mean by that is we got an email which said, we need you to fill out this form online and put in all your information. And we are starting the process with fingerprinting, which I thought was odd because they hadn't seen me yet, they hadn't hired me yet, so I thought that was kind of weird. And then when we got there, first thing that we did was fingerprinting. So the minute I walk in, it's like right away, here's your name tag, give me your passport. Do you have the documentation? Yes, I do. Great, so we don't have to send you home because remember, we always have to bring those things. And right away, I went to fingerprint, like right away. And I'm like, wow, first thing in the morning? Usually when I get a CJO, I get the fingerprints that same day, but I didn't, which was kind of weird, but they did it for everybody. Like everybody got fingerprinted, which was kind of bizarre. I don't know. That process is kind of weird to me, and as he was putting my name in the computer, he could see that I had done a few days prior to the interview. I had filled out all my information already, but I still had to put in my social and verify that all of the information was correct. So once you're done with that, and try to get that done right away because that's what took a lot of time. So if you walked in, they will proceed to the, talking about the company. They will make everybody go in that room. But if you can get the fingerprint out of the way, you're good to go. You're golden. By 2:30, 3 o'clock, you should be out of there. Now, if you don't get that done, it'll take time because I know that the group, there were 70 people the day prior to my group. So 70 people, some of them left leaving at 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. And I know that my group, we were super small, which is great. We were about 45 people and I left at 2 and I was one of the first ones to arrive. So with that said, make sure you have all your paperwork. It's not much compared to like Spirit Airlines, which they want your diplomas and your GED or your high school, and they want this and copies of that. And oh my goodness, I remember I walked in with this much paperwork. With JetBlue, I think it's 3 copies of your resume, so 3 of them. And you really need just 2, but just bring 3 in case, because that's what they requested. Remember, you got to listen to what they want. And also they wanted, what else did they, your passport and another form of ID. So I brought all 3. I'm sure you've seen my other videos. Always bring them as a backup. So I brought my social, my passport, and my driver's license. So all those 3 were packaged together. I know this one lady walked in and forgot her passport at the photocopying machine, I think at FedEx or something. So the minute that she walked in, they asked her for her expiration date. they're like, we don't want to see your passport. Just give us your expiration date on your passport. And she didn't have it. So you know what they said? You can go home now. So I was like, oh my gosh, she came all the way here just to get, you know, and they actually told her that she was not eligible, that she could reapply within 6 months, which it was, oh, I think it's in a year. No, for her it was 6 months, but if you do get a thank you, but no thank you, it is 1 year before you could reapply with that airline. Oh, so that's, sorry guys, my phone ran out of space. I can't do these long videos anymore. Oh gosh, I have to erase my other videos that I've done in the past just to make some space. Anyways, I apologize for that. So, okay, so I was saying that the lady was, was sent home, which was so unfortunate, poor lady. She was part of our group and she was pretty devastated. I feel so bad. Anyhow, praying for her. Hopefully her airline will come along. Like I said, don't give up. You know, if this is your first, second, third, fourth try, they like to see that you are consistent and that you really want this, so don't give up. So going back to how I was feeling, as I told you before, I wasn't feeling it that day, but I did put on a smile and I did hug everybody and I try to stay positive. Like I said, they barely gave us any time to eat. So thankfully I had a snack in my bag, and I noticed a lot of people did as well. So we sneaked in the bathroom real quick to take a bite of our bar. Some people had bananas, some people had a muffin, and some people at the hotel just got like a little, what was it, like a yogurt parfait, and they were sneaking a few bites. So just remember, you will not be eating, okay? If they ask you to eat something, do not eat it there. And if they ask you to drink something, don't drink it there. I don't know if it's a test. I've heard that they do that a lot. They want to see if you can handle pressure, no eating, standing on your feet a long time. Like I said, the only time we sat was probably during the the entire introduction. Other than that, during our face-to-face interview, that was probably the only time we sat.